Hello. It's the first episode of my brand new podcast. This is like probably the weirdest thing I've ever done yet to date, but soft launching my online career in a more personalized way, I feel. I'm just sitting here, in my bedroom, on my bed. To all of my non-existent listeners who are curious of the setup right now, as you can tell, the killer audio quality is voice memos on Apple. Made the what is it, like the cover photo, I started making it last night at midnight. Which really isn't that late, to be honest, but since I had to be up today at 6, it was kind of late. Finished it this morning because I was like, oh, please tell me didn't delete everything. I mean, it took me 3 tries to get the description or whatever and the name. It's so funny because I go back and I'm trying to make the logo picture cover thing, and of course it's in PicsArt, and then I open PicsArt and I'm like, no, I have to go re-download the app because I'm constantly deleting and re-downloading PicsArt and Ibis Paint. So I'm like, why do I even have this on my phone? I don't even use it anymore. And then I delete it, and then 2 weeks later, all of a sudden magically I'm like, I need to make a fucking edit photo or whatever. I used to love making edits on Ibis Paint. I don't know if people make edits on Ibis Paint. I don't know if people use it for that, but since I can't really draw for diddly squat, I use it to make funny picture edit memes or whatever, stuff that I personally think is funny that nobody else does, but it's just story of my life. But I go to re-download it and I'm like, AI. I'm like, great, now my cover is gonna be made by AI, and this is just not a good look to start my career off, if you want to call it that. But for everyone's record, everybody's information, I did not use any of the AI features. And I also don't pay for premium because I don't like paying for subscriptions to anything. So that's all beautifully handcrafted by yours truly. Right now I'm just kind of waiting for my best friend in the whole wide world, Katie, to come and pick me up because she said that she would drive because she just got a new car, and we just have to drive. I mean, I'm pretty excited. It's a pretty nice car, not gonna lie. Not even gonna front. Pretty nice car. But now she's in the shower. Just had a shower after. Didn't want to be stinking in the stores. I mean, good Lord, God forbid somebody be stinking in the stores. But I was freaking out because I was I swear to God, if she went to fucking bed, she'll do that. She'll make plans or whatever and be really ambitious at 2 a.m. of her 12-hour shift, which I get it. It's tough work. I'm not doubting or anything. Or, even when she falls through. And I'm not even really that mad because, I couldn't do what she does, for sure. Please, dear God, don't let Katie go. As soon as, don't even have a bed in her freaking peripheral vision. I don't even want to risk it. Not even want to fucking risk it. But, what to talk about? Maybe I'll break this up. I don't know. I've never made a video, really, and I've never made a podcast, and I've never edited anything, and I've never recorded anything. So this is going to be quite the learning experience for everybody involved. Which I'm sure I'm just going to be super famous. James Charles, take a step back. Let's take a step back, honey. Shane Dawson, Jeffree Star, take a step back. Who's even famous online anymore? I feel the people that I watch online, I think are famous, but they're really not. And then all the people that were famous online, back when I kept up with that, I guess, are very much so infamous. Yeah, I don't know. Let's see, interesting things about me. I don't know, hopefully, this is just kind of me soft launching, if you will, because I, like, don't think I'm very photogenic, and I low-key kind of hate how I look. It's like, I hate myself, and I also am obsessed with myself, if that makes sense. I feel like a lot of people feel that these days. I don't know how much of a relatable experience I was back in the OD, but I feel like today most people feel that way, and I think it's because of, like, the internet and stuff. Overly analytical of all of our faces, and how we're perceived by others, but, like, really, like, who really gives a fuck? I mean, like, honestly, really gives a fuck? Why I'm even doing this? Because, like, who gives a fuck? Why can't I have a fucking podcast? Also, fucking Spotify Creator, the app, sucks. Like, well, you have to have this certain code from your big company label, and if you don't have that, and you don't have any music on Spotify, too bad. And then there's like, don't have any, and it's like, I'm not even trying to like put fucking music out there. It's like, don't have anything on Spotify yet? Click here. And then it's like, yeah, you're gonna get a creator code from your record label, and as soon as you get that, I'm like, how do small artists and shit like get on Spotify if you need a fucking, you know, but I don't know, some type of weird record label code that they're sending out to people. But if you go through it like on fucking line, you can just do it. So the app sucks, but the website's a little bit more tolerable. I mean, I do make music. It's kind of complicated. Isn't everybody a music artist these days? But, like, I write, like, song lyrics and stuff. That's kind of, like, my thing. But I don't actually make songs, just kind of, like, glorified poems. I mean, I know their songs, and I can sing them, and they have, like, a rhythm and stuff. Like, it's not a poem. It's definitely a song. But if you were just, you know, somebody passing along on the streets and you saw me reading my notes app, you would think I'm probably mental. But yeah, that's like, I like write song lyrics. That's like my thing. I have a lot of hobbies. I just made a bikini rack, threaded flip-flops, keychains, bikini box. I mean, I'm in my summer DIY era right now. And some of my interests, isn't it so weird? Because it's like, how do you have a podcast? You don't really have like a thing that you're talking about. You're just talking about like life. Do people even like that? I love Peter Mon. Peter Mon low-key maybe inspired me to actually, I mean, I've been chronically online since I could be chronically online. I was chronically online long before that was like a thing, but it's just like, but always as just a consumer, never really like a creator, if you will. So this is definitely a new realm for me. I mean, I've been on the internet actively since I was like 10. So, you know, surprisingly, I've never, you know, well, I uploaded like a video to YouTube that was like a dance cover thing to try to get into like a K-pop dance group. Back in the day, I've never been a part of a K-pop dance group. I've always wanted to be a part of one, but it just never works out. So maybe that's the universe telling me to end my dreams of being in a dance group. Couldn't make it into a idol dance group, couldn't make it into a K-pop dance group. And it's like, I get into them, like I'll audition and I'll get in, but then it's like, then I quit within like 3 days. They hate me. They hate to see me come in. And I'm probably like banned from ever auditioning from any type of group ever again. I mean, of course, back in the day, it's like, you know, you're 13, you're between the ages of like 11 and 15, you don't really have a car or reasonable transportation, and then like, what do you even tell your parents? Oh yeah, you know, no, we met at school. Yeah, they're my school buddies, and they're all like 25. They just look old. No, they're definitely in 8th grade. What? It's a miracle I didn't get kidnapped. Oh, God, what was that one app called? It used to be really big in, like, the cosplay community. or maybe, like, it wasn't really that big in the cosplay. I was on it, and I would, like, talk to so weird. I would just talk to random people online, like, all the time about my life. I would go on Omegle and talk to people, just, like, I don't know. I would get lonely and bored, which I'm not lonely anymore because I found peace within myself, but I still get bored. So here, podcast. God, what was that app called? Like Fandom, or I don't know. It was like an app that was kind of set up like a Facebook, but for different niche communities. Like there'd be a cosplay one and an anime one and like a knitting one, and like it was just so fucking weird. And I'd be on that and I'd be talking to like random ass fucking strangers about like, oh, I'm picking my dad up from the airport. Like, and I'm like 11, and they're like, and they'd be like, wait, how old are you? And I'd be like 16, because I thought 16, like when you're 11 you think 16 is super old and mature, and I was like 16. They're like, that's kind of young, and I was like, no, I'm really mature. You know, the time I'm like fucking 11. It's like, oh my god. Same thing on Omegle. 16 was my age. And honestly, when I was 16, I didn't look 16, and I was pretty much still a loser. Not a groomer. Adam McIntyre. That's something we could talk about. I love Adam McIntyre. Honestly, because, like, I knew of him and all, like, the shit that went down way back in the day. But I don't know, I was like, this kid's kind of, like, whiny and annoying. It's like, who the fuck is watching this? And then, but I tried to be supportive. I was like, no, you know what? He went through something. Let's support this content. Let's try. And I was like, God, this kid's just so annoying. And it's like, this content is so boring. And then I was like, I unsubscribed. Like, I'm like, I love you, man, but I can't support this shit no more. You gotta get better content. And then, I don't know, was it this year? I feel like in the last year, we'll say in the last year, whenever a year ago from today, we'll say that. And I, like, found his channel again, or, like, one of his videos were, recommended to me, and I was like, whoa, that's so not the same whiny little kid that, I remember, Glow Up. Let's see what he has to say. And I was like, oh my god, he's actually funny as fuck. It's like, obviously, he needed me to unsubscribe from him to realize that we gotta lock in. Anyways, you know, obviously joking, but, oh my god, I'm such a big fan. So I watch all of his videos, and, like, in the last, like, 3 days, he's posted maybe 300 videos, which is, I mean, I'm not really complaining, but it was like, slow down. And they're all, like, there's, like, 15 videos a day, and they're all, like, 2 hours long. I'm like, how the fuck do you even have time to do that? Like, how do you have enough time to film this many fucking videos? I mean, I guess if you're just live streaming and then you post it, seems like such an easy way to, like, make, I don't know if I could live stream. I don't know if I could do it, but it seems like a very easy way to just make a YouTube video. Just record a live stream, boom, on the channel. If I did live stream, I would totally be doing that. But, him and Joshua David, what I find so funny about the Joshua David Evans situation is nobody will just call him Josh. Like, we're full government naming it. Every single, when, like, Peter Mon covers it, and then when Adam McIntyre speaks on about it, like that, you know, the hatred is real, and it is deep if you have to use somebody's full government name every single time you bring them up. I think Adam has said Josh or just Joshua like maybe three total times. It's always Joshua David Evans. Peter Mon's like, Joshua David Evans needs to be stopped, and I'm like, damn. The hate is real and honestly valid. Adam always takes everything so much better than I ever could. Like when Harry Daniels was like saying that he, like, Adam killed both of his cats on purpose, and it's like, wow. I cried about that video. I mean, I was like, I was pretty high, I think. And I don't know, every time that I get, like, violently high, I just cry. I cry, and I think about my life and mortality, like, way too much. Like, to, like, an absolute absurd, scary amount. And then I guess not that I'm not thinking about it on like a normal day, but like it's pretty intense. It's pretty intense for me, and I get like I sound so lame. I don't know. I mean, I already kind of like have thoughts like that on a good day, but then I don't know, just, and it's like I don't like smoke. I'm not cool enough for that. I don't really smoke anything. I've smoked approximately 3 times, and I've hated all 3. Not a fan. But and I also don't have like a medical card, so like, well, then how are you getting it? Easy answer. So you go to Total Wine, and they sell these Delta shots, and they taste it depends which one you buy, but they don't taste too terrible. And it's like a liquid edible. But it just works a lot faster than an edible would, and I don't know, these new ones that I've tried last a lot longer and are a lot more strong than any one that I've like tried before. Yeah, but you know what sucks? You can't buy them in a fucking pack. I mean, I'm sure somewhere out there they it's like a 5-hour energy bottle. I'm sure somewhere out there they have to sell a pack, because it would just make my life a little bit easier, because I feel like such an addict when I have to go to Total Wine and I check out with like 10 of them and they're all like the tiny, and it's like, I don't know. I'm like, who really in here is judging me? It's a liquor store. Aren't we all sitting around here? But I had to check out the same lady 2 times in a week, because I went, how many did I even buy? Like 3. And then I take all of them at once, because I'm going to see the Amazing Digital Circus movie, which I never even see like any of the episodes. And honestly, I did judge. I was a judger. I was not particularly like going in open-minded. You know, I was laughing with everybody on Instagram, like, oh my god, the theater's gonna stank, ha ha. Even when it came out, I wasn't a fan, and I thought the fandom was cringy and ridiculous, like New Age Homestuck, which I was a fan of Homestuck back in the day, so what does that say about me? But it was like, I'm not reliving this. Like the Has-Been Hotel, Hell of a Boss, and then Amazing, like the all 3 of them in my head were, it was like the same thing. Like the fandom's a bunch of cringy little 11-year-olds who will look back on this time of their life very fondly when they're in their 20s, but yeah, so I was like, there's no way I'm fucking, well, like my brother, you know, he's 16. We're 7 years apart, and he really liked it, which I was going to give it a chance, but then, you know, I don't know, older siblings will understand this. And then when my brother was like, oh, I love that show, it's the greatest thing in the whole wide world, I'm like, I'm fucking not watching that, it's lame as fuck. And I was like, if he likes it, it's gotta suck. And also, I wrote like this whole musical project I was doing. The album was called Abracadabra, and I, hand to God, I have the receipts to prove it, but the entire premise was like an online digital horror circus show, and I thought it was really creative at the time. I was really proud of myself. This was back in like 2021, 2022 time. And, you know, I wrote the album, moved on with my life. The album kind of sucks. I mean, it was one of my earlier, I don't know. The thing about being a songwriter who, like, has no professional anything training in music, you win some and you lose some. I have some really great songs, and I have some really, really fucking terrible songs, but everybody's like that. When you've written as many songs as I have, some of them suck, okay? Some albums just kind of blow. There's like, you know, I would say a handful, like, okay, it's pretty good, but yeah, for like the 20 songs that are on there, all 20 of them are bangers, fucking hell no. But then a year later, Digital Circus comes out, and I just remember being pissed. As soon as I heard about it, I was like, these motherfuckers hacked my notes app and stole my goddamn idea and put it out as an animation. I was like, I guess I'm a little bit original because I did music instead of... Ugh. All right. We're gonna have to pause this podcast.